The 5 foundational skills of leadership. I'm sure you want to know what they are. I began to talk about them in my previous videos. First, I talked about the skill called self-control. It's the first skill you must master. Following that, you have to master adaptability. That's your ability to get along with other people. And I built on that. I added to it organizational skill, your ability to put things in their proper perspective and in their right order. Now, the 4th skill in your leadership development that you must master is the skill called communication. Remember, I told you there are 5 fundamental skills. So this is number 4, and it's called communication skill. Now, I don't want you to immediately begin to think that communication means your ability to convince a crowd or to convince a group of people or even one person. No, pontification is not communication. Communication is your ability to use words to communicate your ideals, your thoughts, and your vision. Now, this is what I want you to get it down to. Leaders say what they mean, and they mean exactly what they say. So much so that a good leader can even communicate with silence. Meaning, once he's quiet, his body still tells you a lot of things. He represents his ideals so perfectly that when he doesn't say a thing, that says so much in itself. Now, a leader is one who must inspire others to believe the best about themselves. To be able to communicate these to others, to make them begin to believe that they can rise up to high ideals and high standard, you must be one who is able to communicate using the 4 basic foundational skills of communication, which is reading, listening, speaking inclusive, and writing. A leader must master the art of communication. The perfect use of language, whether that is verbal language or non-verbal language, to communicate your thoughts, your ideals, and your value. This is a very strong and foundational skill of leadership. If you want to lead, you must master the art of communication. Many people are lazy with language. They choose words so easily. They don't even try to task their mind to bring out the best word that represent their thoughts. So they say things that are vague. The meaning is clear in their hearts, but when they open their mouth to talk, what they say does not practically represent exactly what they have in their mind. That's not leadership. A leader must be perfect in communication. A leader must realize that everything about him communicates something to the world that is in touch with, and so he must use that perfectly. I can watch a panel of discussants and actually tell you the one who's the best communicator. It may not be the one who says the most words, but it may be the one who communicates the highest level of authority, composure, and ideal. So that's leadership. So let me go over the fundamental skills of leadership that I have covered. First is the skill called self-control, and that's at the personal level of leadership. Following that is the interpersonal level of leadership, where you must master the skill of adaptability, how to get along with other people. Now you have mastered the interpersonal level of leadership, then you build on that to what we call the organizational level of leadership, where you must master the skill called organizational skill. And here, the 4th level of leadership development is called the level of transpersonal leadership, where you are able to make others to become like you, where you are able to mentor other leaders. And the skill you need here is effective communication. I can't say that strong enough. Communication is an essential skill of leadership. One more skill to go. In my next video, I'll be covering that, and then we can move beyond this series to something else. Thank you very much for participating and for cooperating with what we have been doing here. I hope that you had your voice to this. May God bless you.